Hey everybody, this is Benny. So we're going to do things a little bit differently than I had planned at the end of the last video. I had planned on doing the Spelunking mission and then doing the house renovation after that. I did a little bit of research into Spelunking. It's been a while since I had done it, other than mining some exotics on it for the exotics video. Other than that, I haven't really run the mission in a long time. And when I did run the mission, I was a higher level with tier 4 base and all that. So I went and took a look at the mission again, and it's I really don't think it's appropriate for the level that we're at right now, both stage-wise and level-wise in this game. Here's the parameters required for that mission, and as you can see, that's a lot of resources they want us to spend on this mission. I mean, you could use a thumper, but otherwise those resources are gone until you're a higher level and can get back at them. So I hate going through all the work of, first of all, mining those resources, taking the time to find them, and then just sending them out to space. But what I have done is I've taken the mission so I could show you here the requirements for the mission, and also so I can show you this down here. Whenever you take this mission, it drops this crate down. And in this crate are these items here. These two pickaxes, one that gives a bonus to iron, and one that gives a bonus to gold and copper. And then next is the Gatherer's Backpack, and that's going to give you suit inventory slots, plus a pretty good sized bonus to carry weight of ores and wood. And then last is Bacterial Vaccine 1, which is going to give you protection against cave sickness and all that for 1800 seconds. Good to have. Now, you can cheese this mission from open world, and you do that by taking the mission, going down here, grabbing these materials, these items, going back to your board, canceling the mission, and then you do have to wait 10 minutes before you can take another mission after you've canceled one. But you can go ahead and cancel the mission, take it again, and that crate will come back down again, giving you new copies of all those items over again. Now, these have the quest item attribute, which means they can't be taken up to the station. So that's not going to do you any good to just crank out a whole horde of these. And you can't really repair them until tier 3 when you get the repair bench and electricity to power that repair bench. And then you still have to unlock the repair kits from the station. So these are only going to do you so much good. The backpack's going to do you a lot of good, and you can crank out a bunch of pickaxes for early game type stuff, but you will find better pickaxes later on. Okay, so what I did then was I went down, canceled the mission, grabbed this stuff. I then did it a second time to verify that you could just cheese this, just so I could let you know if it worked or not. And then I ended up doing it a third time because when I was filming it the first time around, the game crashed on me. And then partway back there, it crashed again. It turned out my CPU cooling fan had died, and my CPU temperatures were through the roof. So now I'm running a brand new AIO, which allowed me to then overclock my CPU. Everything is running great. Temperatures are great. Everything is perfectly stable. So hopefully I'm done with hardware issues for the time being. And if the channel continues to do good for a little while, maybe I can even afford to upgrade that processor, motherboard, and RAM, and start bringing this computer back into the modern age. Anyway, let's move on to base building. So with all the crashing and the doing the mission and the running back and forth, I did gain a level. And with that level, we come in here, tech tree tier 2, I was able to pick up the stone building set and stone building advanced set. So we're all set to start building some stone here. After that, I went and I gathered a bunch of stone. So now we should be ready to build our new stone base. So we got to find a spot for the masonry bench, and then we're going to expand this place, and it's going to be a lot better. But first we need to build that and find a place to stash it. So let's come in here and see what we need. We need some iron nails. We don't have quite enough iron nails right now, so let's go ahead and make up enough. Okay, while those iron nails are cooking, let's take a look at what we're going to need to make our stone walls. So let's go into the Prospector's Field Guide, items, and let's pick stone floor. All right, for a stone floor, we're going to need iron nails, leather, stone, and wood. So let's make sure we have enough iron nails and leather going on, and we will need to go and mine some more iron. That's usually how this goes when you're upgrading the stone. Okay, we should have plenty of leather, so I'm not going to worry about that too much right now. I'm just going to make sure we have enough iron nails, and we probably do. We have a lot of iron going on here, and we just cranked out a whole bunch more nails. So let's go ahead and make that bench. What else do we need here? Oh, we need rope. All right, let's see how much rope we can make here. That's a lot more than we need. Okay, we need a couple dozen rope going. Now the question has been, what am I going to do as far as the base upgrade? And I think I'm gonna save it as kind of a surprise. What I'm gonna do is kind of put together a montage here, and you'll watch me build the new base or upgrade what I've got here, whatever it is I'm gonna do. And if you want to, you can just skip ahead to the end and see what I came up with. Feel free to let me know down in the comments what you think. All right, so first we're gonna need a masonry bench, so let's get started with that. Okay, now we're gonna need a place to put it, so we're gonna move this out of the way, and we're going to put it down here instead. And now we're just going to go grab some stone from the pile over here. And let's get started. So after much deliberation, I did finally settle on building an over-the-river base. I think it's going to look really cool when I'm done, and the water flowing underneath it and everything. And I'm thinking it's going to look really cool if I incorporate the previous base. I'm not a huge planner. I don't spend a lot of time like drawing things out or putting together how my building's going to look in advance. I just build organically. Sometimes I have to undo things and redo them, but I have a lot more fun doing it that way than if I were to just build a perfect squared box with a perfect triangle roof that was going to be completely utilitarian. I find it much more relaxing and more enjoyable just to build a organic building as I kind of mold it to the land. if that doesn't sound too corny. Now looking back on this, it's kind of laughable how much stone I put to the side for this build. It was pathetic. I think I had 400, maybe 600 stone saved up for building a stone building. And then, of course, I just kind of went overboard. You know, getting across the river took some work. And I can't just have a, single width building going across the river. That would have been ridiculous. So, I did what I had to do. And if it meant I had to keep going back for rock continuously as I made this build, so be it. Now you might be surprised at how many nails it takes to put together a stone base. It's a little ridiculous. Yeah, I'm not sure where the nails are even going. I guess the little wood frames that are going through it probably are nailed together. I guess then that's where they're being used at. At any rate, be prepared with a ton of iron, or be prepared to leave your building and go get more iron while you're building. Totally worth it, I think, in the end, to have a completed structure that's made of stone, and you're not going to have to worry about every storm that comes through. At least not in this area. You can build out of stone in this area and not have to worry about it being destroyed by any of the storms coming through. Damage slowly over time, maybe, but nothing you're going to probably have to concern yourself with for a long time. Now you're going to notice a few of these walls are backwards as I go. I'm sorry, I'll come back and fix it later. I just wasn't paying attention. I just did not notice they were facing the wrong direction. Now, some of the time jumps you see here are intentional. I'm just shortening the video up to make it watchable. Watching me place all of these windows obviously would have been a little bit too much. But there are some larger jumps in here where you'll see entire sections of the building complete. I was having a serious problem with my computer, with the hardware at the time. And like I mentioned earlier, my CPU cooler fan had died. And I could not for the life of me figure out what was going on. The game just kept, it would run for a little bit and then it would crash. And then it got to be more frequent. I'd restart and it would crash. And not just the game crashing. It would take the whole computer would just freeze. So, trying to do a little investigation, I looked at some, brought up my system monitor, and there it is, my CPU's up in the 90s Celsius. And so I looked down in there, I do have a glass side of my case, so I can look inside the case. I look down in there, and sure enough, the fan's not turning. So I replaced that with an AIO unit, water cooling, which is, man, that's come a long way. It used to be a lot of work to put in water cooling, and now it's just a one-piece type. Well, not one piece. You have a cooler and with its fans, but it all comes pre-connected, and you just slap that on there. It took me all of maybe 45 minutes. It would have been faster if I had 3 hands, but I did okay with 2. So I really do like stone building, not so much on the outside. They kind of look really crude on the outside, but from the inside with these nice wood beams and the way they look on the ceilings and the inside of the roof, and I think it just adds this really cool like rustic cabin type of look to it. That's pretty cool. And as I said before, we're going to fix these backward-facing walls quick. So here's the second level I gained now while building here. And yeah, I got it while sitting down. So we've just experienced the first time jump here. And as you can see, I'm already putting furniture in that. You didn't see me finish the floors in here or knock out that wall in the background there that used to lead to the old building. I have the video. It's funny, I have the video, but because it crashed while I was recording, the video has no end time. So I can watch it. I can't fast forward or rewind with it, and it just will not load into DaVinci Resolve at all. I'm afraid to even try too much. I don't want to corrupt what I've already worked on, so I'm just going to skip that, and you'll just kind of have to keep an eye in the background to see what's changed. Now, working on these pillars is kind of an aesthetics thing. They can take damage. It doesn't happen very often. The building itself kind of protects the pillars. They can start on fire, but it's pretty hard to start one on fire unless you're, putting a torch right underneath it, or maybe walking through a fire and then leaning on it. So they probably wouldn't be an issue if I just left them, but I'm going to try to replace them as I go here. You'll notice that even at the end of the video here. I didn't get them all yet. I'll go back and I'll get them later. There's a lot of them, and I'm kind of getting sick of mining stone. And with that, we are finished, or as finished as you ever are in a game like this where you're going to continuously be working on your base. Let's take a tour. So this up here is going to be my kitchen area. Still have to move some of these benches around and all that, but it's hard when you have the inventory of the bench so full that it's going to take you, multiple trips just to move all the materials inside of it. This is my bedroom area. The lounge / crafting area. And here's the view from the other side of the river. Still going to do something with that dock and my water supply over there, but that's for another day. So I hope you've enjoyed the video. I've enjoyed making it. It did take me a lot longer than I expected between, more problems with my computer and just not having a lot of time left these days to work on things. As a lot of you know, I am working my way towards a double lung transplant that's hopefully going to happen soon here. So getting my life in order, getting prepared, getting my bags packed, getting everything I need to be able to go to the hospital really quickly is going to have to be a priority for me. So I've been slowing down and making videos, and it's probably going to get even a little slower. Then, of course, once I get the call to go, it's going to be weeks before I'm back here to start making videos again. So bear with me. I'm asking for your patience while I try to get through this whole thing. This is probably going to be the last of the new player series for a little while. I'm going to take a break on this. I'm going to focus on just getting out the tutorial videos if I can from time to time, and maybe some of those myths and legends videos if I can squeeze some of those out. Mostly shorter, easier to make stuff. It's amazing how long it takes to edit together a video like I did this time around here with the montage, with all the breaks and the voiceover and all that. It takes a long time to put this stuff together. So anyway, thanks for sticking with me to the end. I hope you have a great day. Benny out.